You wake up to the sound of your phone buzzing, not with a gentle alarm, but with a flurry of notifications, news alerts, work emails that couldn't wait, messages from family, all before your feet have even touched the floor. The day hasn't truly begun, and yet a subtle sense of urgency is already coiling in your stomach. As you move through your morning, the chaos only amplifies. Traffic jams, unexpected work deadlines, difficult conversations, the relentless stream of global crises on social media. It feels like being in a small boat on a vast, stormy ocean, with each wave threatening to capsize you. This sensation, this feeling of being at the mercy of external events, is one of the defining experiences of modern life. We search for control in the wrong places, trying to calm the ocean itself, which is an impossible task. But what if the secret to navigating the storm isn't about changing the ocean, but about building a more seaworthy vessel? What if the goal is not a life free of chaos, but a self that remains composed within it? This is the heart of a profound lesson of life, one that ancient philosophies explore with remarkable depth. The cultivation of an inner composure that remains unshakable, regardless of the external turbulence. It is about developing a posture of mind that can meet life in chaos not with panic, but with a steady, grounded presence. The ancient Stoics, perhaps more than any other school of thought, made this their central mission. They understood that the world is inherently unpredictable and often unjust. Try to impose our will upon it is a recipe for endless frustration and anxiety. Instead, they propose a radical shift in perspective, best articulated by the philosopher Epictetus, who began his life as a slave. He drew a simple, yet life-altering, distinction between what is within our control and what is not. Some things are within our control, he wrote, while others are not. Within our control are our opinions, our judgments, our desires, our aversions, and ultimately our own actions. Everything else, our reputation, our wealth, our health, the behavior of others, the events that unfold around us, is not within our control. The immediate chaos of your day, the traffic, the demanding boss, the negative news, these are waves in that ocean. They are externals. Your composure begins the moment you stop trying to command the waves to be still, and instead focus all your energy on steering your own boat. Your posture in the face of a crisis is not determined by the crisis itself, but by your judgment of it. When an unexpected problem arises at work, the first and most crucial step is not to react, but to ask the Stoic question: what part of the situation is truly under my control? You cannot control the problem's emergence, but you can control your response, the clarity of your thinking, the deliberateness of your actions, the ethics of your decisions. This mental shift is the foundation of becoming unshakable. It is the difference between being a puppet whose strings are pulled by every external event and being the puppeteer who holds the strings of your own reactions. This Stoic principle finds a powerful parallel in Eastern philosophy, particularly in Taoism. The concept of wu-wei, often translated as effortless action or non-doing, is not about passivity. It is about aligning yourself with the natural flow of the universe, the Tao. Imagine a tree in a storm. A rigid, brittle tree will fight against the wind and likely snap. A flexible tree, like a willow, bends and sways with the force of the gale. It does not resist, it accommodates. By yielding, it survives. This is a beautiful metaphor for composure. The chaos of modern life is the storm. Our attempts to rigidly control every outcome, to force reality to conform to our exact plans, are like the brittle tree resisting the wind. We break under the pressure. The Taoist posture is one of flexibility and acceptance. It is about discerning the flow of events and moving with them, rather than against them. This doesn't mean you become a leaf blown by the wind, with no direction of your own. It means you choose your actions wisely, conserving your energy for moments where your influence can make a real difference, instead of wasting it on futile resistance against things you cannot change. Applying this to life in chaos means accepting that your day will not go perfectly as planned. Meetings will be canceled, technology will fail, people will be difficult. The unshakable individual is not the one who rages against these inconveniences, but the one who adapts, adjusts, and finds a new path forward with a sense of calm fluidity. This is a vital lesson of life. Resilience is not hardness, but suppleness. But how do we practically build this inner fortress? Philosophy does not leave us with abstract ideas alone. It provides mental exercises. The Stoics practiced something called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This sounds pessimistic, but it is, in fact, a powerful tool for cultivating composure. It involves regularly and calmly visualizing the things that could go wrong in your day or in your life. You are not doing this to induce anxiety, but to disarm fear. For instance, before an important presentation, instead of clinging to hope that everything will go perfectly, you spend a few minutes considering what might happen. What if the projector fails? What if I forget a key point? What if the audience seems disinterested? Then, you mentally prepare your response. If the projector fails, I have printed notes and can speak without slides. If I forget a point, I will pause, breathe, and refer to my notes. If the audience is disinterested, I will focus on delivering my message with integrity regardless. By confronting these potential challenges in the safe space of your mind, you rob them of their power to shock you in the moment. When you step into that room, you are prepared for imperfection. Your posture is one of readiness, not of fragile hope. This practice builds an unshakable confidence because it is rooted in preparedness for reality, not in a fantasy of smooth sailing. In the chaos of modern life, where we are conditioned to expect instant gratification and seamless experiences, the Stoic exercise is an antidote to entitlement and fragility. Another essential habit is the cultivation of mindfulness, a concept central to Buddhist philosophy. The chaos of our world is amplified 1,000-fold by the chaos of our minds. We are rarely present. We are physically in a meeting, but mentally we are replaying an argument from yesterday or anxiously anticipating a problem tomorrow. This mental time travel is a primary source of our suffering. Mindfulness is a practice of anchoring your awareness firmly in the present moment without judgment. It is the ultimate practice in managing your inner world. When you are fully present, you realize that even in the midst of external chaos, this single moment is often manageable. The project deadline may be overwhelming when you think of it as a monolithic mountain, but the next action, writing a single email, drafting a single paragraph, is something you can do right now. By bringing your focus back to your breath, to the sensations in your body, to the task immediately at hand, you would draw energy from the anxious stories your mind is spinning about the future or the past. Your composure is found in the space between your thoughts. It is the quiet awareness that observes a storm of thoughts and feelings without getting lost in it. This is how you maintain your posture during a stressful day, by repeatedly returning to the anchor of the present. It is a simple but profound lesson of life. Peace is not found in the absence of storm, but in the center of it. Ultimately, the goal is to integrate these philosophical principles into the very fabric of your being, to develop a posture toward existence that is inherently dignified and resilient. This is what it means to be unshakable. It is not the absence of emotion, but the mastery of it. It is the ability to feel anger, fear, or sadness without being controlled by them. It is the understanding that your worth is not determined by external successes or failures, but by the integrity of your character. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who faced endless wars and political intrigue, constantly reminded himself in his private journal Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength." This is the final and most important lesson of life. The chaos will always be there. The emails will keep coming. The news will often be bad, and challenges will arise. Life in chaos is not a temporary condition. It is a condition, but within you lies a citadel. Your judgment, your values, your actions. This is your domain. By consciously practicing the distinction between what is yours to control and what is not, by preparing your mind for adversity, by staying present, and by moving with the flow of life rather than against it, you build the walls of that citadel ever higher. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the author of your response. And in that authorship, you will find composure that no chaos can ever break.